Just now. Mr. Chairman, great to have you here. Thanks for being a part of the show.
Hey, Governor.
You've been able to hear a lot of the conversation we've had with our panel. I thought some great ideas. If you had a way to maybe say, look, here's what has to happen to bring the party together to win in 2014, what do you think the key elements are?
As to most of the discussion, I think the one thing that really popped out at me was what David Webb was talking about that I think is really fundamental. And here's what I want people to understand. Our issues at the national level, at the RNC level, I think are fundamental, getting in on the ground in communities on a long-term basis. And here's the problem. What's happened over the last several years at the RNC, the entity that I'm in charge of, is we have become, unfortunately, an organization that has shown up about once every 4 years, 5 months before an election. We have become a part-time party. And to David's point, the things that we're trying to do very differently, it sounds reasonable and intelligent, but I promise you it's not what's been going on, is that we are putting in place in as many communities as possible that we can pay for, long-term, full-time engagement in African-American, Hispanic, Asian communities across the country. That's number one. Number two, we got to be in every battleground state nonstop. And that's, I think, where we've really been getting killed. We've got about a $35 million data upgrade in helping us speak to and identify and segment different voter communities. And then lastly, the comments about different faces and different voices of our party being up front. I couldn't agree more. We've done a great job in getting Hispanic governors, African-American senators exposed. But you know what? We've done a lousy job bragging about it, and we've got to do better. So all of that really encompasses 90% of the things that I'm trying to deal with.
One thing that you have done that I commend you for is that you push back against some of the media maybe depictions of the Republicans. You, for example, said you're not going to let networks like MSNBC dictate the terms of the next presidential debate. Let them pick the hosts, sometimes who are not just maybe actually hostile to the Republican message and to the Republican messengers. What kind of response have you gotten from taking that stand?
Well, it's been tremendous, Governor. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of other things we need to do as well. I mean, when I talk about shortening our primary system, it's not an establishment takeover, but I just happen to believe that 6 months of slicing and dicing ourselves in front of the general public and the liberal media is a joke. And I think having 23 debates in a traveling circus in front of liberal moderators is another joke that's going to come to an end. And so we're going to reduce the number of debates. And, by the way, we're going to pick the moderators and debate partners, not the other way around. And so that's something that we have to change in our party.
Well, my hat's off to you. I think it's a brilliant move and strategy and shows real leadership. And I thank you for that, but also thank you for being here today to give us a summation of what Republicans can do to win. Chairman Priebus, thanks for joining us.
Some big changes.
Thank you so much.